Okay, so I decided to make a part 2 because my last video cut me off when I was explaining number 6, I think. So I'm going to go back to do number 6, which now will leave me time to do 7 and 8. All right, so with the subtraction part, number 6, here we go. Remember, you got to find a common denominator. And if you look at your multiplication chart, looking for a common denominator for 16 and 6 and 16, once you do that, you will find your common denominator to be 48. Here we go, 48. Trying to be neat with this mouse, but you know how difficult it is. 16 will go into 48, and then multiply that answer with 7. You should get 21 up here. Bring over your whole number. 6 goes into 48, multiply that with 5. You will get 40. Yep. And bring your whole number over. So now what you have is 21 minus 40. You know that can't happen, so we need to borrow from the 4. Borrow from the 4, this makes 0, or 3. I said 0 because 3 minus 3 is 0, so you know you're not going to have a whole number included in your answer. The one that you borrowed lands on the paper as a fraction by using the only denominator you see in your problem. You need to add these two together. This will give you the 69 over 48. Okay, now this is a 3. Now I can bring my subtraction part over. 3, 40 over, whoops, 48. Now I subtract. Notice you don't have a whole number. 69 minus 40, you should get to 29 over 48. No reducing in this one, so final answer for number 6, 29 over 48. Now I'm going to go and help you with number 7. So number 7, remember you need a common denominator. Look on your multiplication chart, the common denominator for 8 and a 10, common denominator for 8 and a 10, you will run into 40 as your first one. Okay? There we go. So 8 will go into 45 times 1. This will give you 5. Bring your 2 over. 10 goes into 44 times. 9 times 4 is 36. Bring your 1 over. Okay? So, again, you cannot subtract. Okay? If you do, you'll get a negative answer. But in this case, we don't need a negative answer because we can just simply borrow from the 2. Remember, the one that you borrowed has to look like a fraction. Okay? This will give you 45 over 40. Don't forget to bring your 1 over. Minus 1 and 36 over 40. Okay? So now you realize that you do not have a whole number in your answer. 45 minus 36 will give you 9 over 40. Completed answer for number 7. All right, let's try number 8. If you haven't thus far tried one of these on your own by pressing pause and see if we come up with the same answer, you should do that. Common denominator for 8 and 12. Common denominator for 8 and 12 would be 24. 8, 12. You will notice that 24 will be the first number that you run into. 24 here, 24 here. You know that you can't see the screen very well. It will be 24. 8 goes into 24. Multiply that by 1. You have 3. Bring your whole number 3 over. 12 goes into 24 2 times. Multiply that by 11. You have 22. Bring your 1 over. Notice we can't subtract. If we do, we'll get a negative number. But since we have a whole number here, we can just borrow so we don't end up with a negative number. 2, the one that you borrow must look like a fraction. So we'll use the only denominator we see. Add these two together. You'll get 27 over 24. Bring that 2 back over. Bring this fraction back over. 122 over 24. There you go. 27 minus 22 give you 5. Bottom number 24. 2 minus 1 is 1. final answer for number 8. I hope this helps out, and I hope you're able to do the rest of the homework on your own. Hope to see you tomorrow. Good luck, guys.